In this video, I'm going to be building the best possible auctionable team right now in NBA 2K23 Myteam. And what I mean by auctionable card is every card on this team is going to be directly purchasable from the auction house. So no trophy case cards, no Tim Thomas, and no lock-in cards as well. Just every card you guys can directly buy off the auction house. So at the starting point guard position, we're going to go for the Auctionable Don O. Now there is a bunch of different point guards we'll talk about later in the video, but I do think Don O is actually the best point guard in the game. He's 6'3" with a 6'8" wingspan. And if you take a look at his stats, I mean, for a point guard, these are going to be some amazing all-around stats. He's got a 92 3-ball, 92 mid-range, 95 speed, 95 acceleration. He's a great defender as well, especially on the perimeter, having a 95 steal, 95 lateral quickness with a 95 perimeter. He's also great with the ball in his hands, 94 ball handle, 95 speed with ball, and he's got tons of good Hall of Fame playmaking badges like Clamp Breaker, Dimer, Floor General, handles for days, hyperdrive, quick first step, and unpluckable as well. And then he's also got Hall of Fame challenger, clamps, glove, menace, and limitless range. So I mean, the 12 Hall of Fame badges he has, I would say about 10 of them, at least 9 or 10 of them are really good Hall of Fame badges. And then animations wise, he's got one of the best point guard jump shots in the game. He's got that Derrick Rose base, Rudy Gay upper on quick timing, so a great jump shot. He's got pretty good dribble sigs as well, and he does have the normal leaner. So I mean, the card's movement's going to be really good. He's good at going to the basket and does have an amazing jump shot as well. So Don O for me is going to be the best auctionable point guard. And then at the starting shooting guard position, I think there's a couple different guys you could go with. For me, I do believe Terry Dischinger is going to be the best shooting guard in the game, especially for auctionable cards as well. I think you could argue for, you know, overall shooting guards that maybe Dr. J is a little bit better, but in my opinion, I do think this Terry card going to be the best shooting guard in the game. He's 6'7" with a 6'11" wingspan, and these stats are super well rounded. And just like Don O, with these flash forward cards, they have some of the best jump shots and animations as well. We look at the jump shot, he's got the Rudy Gay base, Carmelo Anthony upper, so a great jump shot, and it's going to be on quick timing as well. And then you look at the dribble sigs, he's got the Chris Paul dribble style, one of the best dribble styles in my team. Even the De'Aaron Fox size up is pretty good, and the John Wall scape is really nice as well. So the card can pretty much move like a point guard, has a great jump shot. Overall stats and badges wise, I mean, he's a great Galaxy Opal. Like, he's got what, 34 gold badges, I should say, and then 12 on Hall of Fame. So I mean, the card overall is definitely a top 3 shooting guard in my opinion. I think he's the best shooting guard in the game, even counting trophy case cards as well. But at the small forward position, I do think the best auctionable small forward is going to be Cincinnati's pal. Now, if we were counting a guy like Tim Thomas with it, which I do think is maybe arguable, like you could definitely argue that we should include Tim Thomas on this team, but for me, I just want to use players that you can like directly buy off the auction house, where Tim Thomas, you have to lock in DeMar, you have to lock in a bunch of these other cards like Kareem, you have to buy all the cards and then lock them in the set. So for me, you can't directly buy him off the auction house. So I do think Cincinnati's pal is going to be the best auctionable small forward. He's 6'7" with a 6'11" wingspan and has some great all-around stats. Like, he's going to be amazing at going to the basket, 95 driving dunk, 96 speed, 96 acceleration with a 93 vertical as well. For a small forward, he's going to be a great defender, 9 interior defense, 93 perimeter, 92 lateral quickness with an 88 steal and an 88 block. So he gives you some great all-around defense. He's going to be super nice at going to the rim while also having Hall of Fame clamp breaker, quick first step, anchor, glove, menace. Like, this card stats and badge wise is insane. And then just like the flash forward cards, he has a really good jump shot and some amazing dribble sigs as well. Like this Luka Doncic, Carmelo Anthony upper on very quick timing is actually a very weird combo, but it's actually a good jump shot. So Cincinnati's pal, he can pretty much do everything on the court at a very high level, and I would say is probably going to be the best small forward for this squad now. And there is a couple different small forwards we'll talk about later in the video. At the starting power forward position, this might look like I'm honestly doing a flash forwards team. I promise you guys, not every card in this team is going to be from the flash forward set, but honestly, it has some of the best auctionable cards in my team, so we kind of have to include them on the squad because it's an auctionable team, right? So we can't use Tim Thomas, we can't use trophy case cards. So the next best cards in the game, and even the best cards in the game, are these flash forward cards. Like Bob Nedelecki for me is easily the best power forward in my team. I don't think it's really even a debate in my opinion. Like, he's a great 6'9" power forward. He's got a 7-foot wingspan. His defensive stats are absolutely amazing. 94 interior defense, 94 block, 87 steal, 80 perimeter, and then offensively, I mean, this card is going to be an absolute bucket. He's got the O-shaper set base, which is one of the best bases in my team right now. It's going to be on quick timing, like pretty much all of the flash forward cards. Got great jump shots. He's got the MJ dribble style and the normal leaner as well, so super nice for your power forward. And then take a look at these defensive Hall of Fame badges for a Bob Nedelecki power forward. He's got Hall of Fame anchor flanker, boxo beast, brick wall, chase down artist, menace, pogo stick, post lockdown, rebound chaser, and workhorse as well. So I mean, the card's got amazing good gold shooting badges, amazing gold playmaking, and some amazing Hall of Fame and gold defensive badges. So overall, Bob Nedelecki going to be the best auctionable power forward. And then guys, to round off the squad, finally, we're not going to use a card from the flash forward set. We're going to go with the pink diamond David Robinson, who I do believe is the best center in my team. I mean, D-Rob is an absolute beast at the center position. I think he's easily the best center in the game, even including trophy case cards. He's 7'1" with a 7'5" wingspan. I mean, the card gives you some great all-around play. He's going to be a great defender, 95 interior defense, 94 block. He's one of the best pick and pop centers in my team right now as well. Other than a guy like Kristaps, he's probably got the next best jump shot and the next highest three ball as well. So David Robinson easily going to be the best center in the game, even including trophy cases. So he's going to be our starting center for this squad, which I do think is going to be really nice next to a guy like Bob Nedelecki. And then off the bench, guys, at the backup point guard position, there's a couple different guys you could go with. For me though, I do think Penny Hardaway is the second best auctionable point guard in the game. I think Magic Johnson's definitely a shout as well, because I know a lot of people do like that Magic card. Me personally, really not the biggest fan of him. I think D-Mitch could also play as well if you like using the shorter point guards. I mean, there's Lonzo, who's another really good option as well, and then even some smaller guards that you can use too. But for me, Penny Hardaway going to be the backup point guard. He's a 6'7" point guard with a 6'10" wingspan. I mean, this Penny card doesn't do anything too crazy, at least stats and badges wise. He's just going to be a 6'7" point guard who can knock down the three ball and get to the basket with ease. He's got Hall of Fame clamp breaker, killer combos, hyperdrive, and quick first step as well. So he's gonna be able to easily get to the basket, dunk the ball because he's 6'7", and play some great defense because of that height and wingspan. And then for the backup shooting guard spot, I think honestly a great power forward to pair up next to a guy like Penny Hardaway is going to be Cassie Russell. Now you could definitely make an argument that Dr. J is better than Cassie Russell. I think it's definitely fair to say, or even maybe Dr. J is better than a guy like Terry Dischinger. But you guys got to remember, this is an auctionable card tier list, so we can't use guys like Dr. J. But Cassie Russell here is going to be a great offensive shooting guard. He's 6'5" with a 6'9" wingspan. I mean, for Galaxy Opal, I know he's going to have really good stats and badges, but take a look at these stats, man. He's got pretty much 90 in every single category that he needs. Like, he's got a 93 ball, 90 mid-range, 93 speed, 93 acceleration, amazing going to the basket, 95 driving dunk, some great all-around defense, and then he does have 90 in the speed with ball and the ball handle category. Playmaking badge wise, he's got Hall of Fame clamp breaker, handles for days, hyperdrive, killer combos, quick first step as well. So some amazing Hall of Fame playmaking badges. And just like all the flash forward cards, you guys already know what's about to happen. He's got one of the best jump shots in the game. This LaMelo Ball base is also on guys like Tim Thomas, which means he's got one of the best jump shots in my team. He's got the Chris Paul dribble style as well, which is very, very nice to have, especially for three hunting. He's got the Kobe escape and the De'Aaron Fox size up with the normal leaner as well. So offensively, he's going to be a really good shooting guard to go next to a guy like Penny Hardaway, because Penny's not going to be the best offensive point guard. He's just going to be there more for defense, and he's 6'7" compared to Cassie Russell, who's going to be a little bit undersized at the shooting guard spot, only being 6'5", and that's why at the small forward position we're also going to go to the pink diamond LeBron, because he's going to give us some really good height, some really good wingspan, and a great player model in game. And that's why LeBron's going to be our backup small forward. He's still one of the best small forwards in my team though. Like I said, he's 6'9" with a 7' wingspan. If you take a look at his stats, I mean, the card is super well rounded. There's nothing too crazy about this LeBron card. Cassie on the bench is going to run the offense. LeBron can knock down threes if he's wide open, drive to the basket, and be a very elite defender as well. For the backup power forward position, I mean, it's definitely between two different power forwards. For me, I'm gonna give honestly the nod to Dolph Schayes. I think he's probably the second best power forward in my team right now. He's basically just gonna be a little bit worse than a guy like Bob Nedelecki. I think you could also throw a guy like Giannis in there that we'll talk about later in the video. So Giannis, he is going to be our 11th man on the squad. I do think you could definitely play him. And also Carmelo for maybe the small forward position. If you wanted a little bit more offense compared to a guy like LeBron, maybe you're struggling a little bit on the offensive end with using a guy like LeBron, because Penny's not the greatest offensive card. Obviously, Cassie can carry the offensive load, but maybe you want to go like this. I mean, this is definitely a possibility as well, because you got Cassie and Carmelo to run the offense, and then you got Penny Hardaway and Giannis being really good defenders. But in my opinion, I do think for the best auctionable team in the game, it would look something more along along the lines of this, where we have LeBron and Dolph Schayes pairing next together, which obviously LeBron's going to be a really good defender, and Dolph Schayes is really nice on the offensive end. And then to round off the 10-man squad, we're going to go with the Pink Diamond Cream. I think him next to Dolph Schayes is a really good pairing, because Dolph Schayes, just like Bob Nedelecki, has a great jump shot. It's super fast, but he's going to be a little bit undersized. Like, Dolph is only 6'8", where, you know, most power forwards in the game are probably 6'10", 6'11", so he's going to be a tiny bit undersized, but that's why it's really nice to pair him next to a guy like Kareem, who's 7'2" with a 7'5" wingspan, and going to give you some elite defense at that center position. He's got a 93 interior defense, 92 block, 88 steal, 88 lateral quickness, and an 82 perimeter as well. Great at going to the basket, great at finishing around the rim, has Hall of Fame rise up, bully, masher, and a 90 standing dunk. So for me, Kareem going to be the second best center in the game. I mean, you can maybe go with guys like Shaq or Hakeem, but I do think Kareem is just going to be a little bit better. And then for my last 13th man spot, I'm just going to give it to Donovan Mitchell. I love using this card in game, and I do think he's a really fun card to use, so just kind of want to throw him at the end of the bench. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my best? Actually, he can't be on the squad, I just realized, because it's a best auctionable team. I completely forgot. So Shea is actually gonna have to be in the lineup here. I do think he's one of the best point guards in my team, but let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my best auctionable team, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.